Did you know if you visit your local estate planning attorney or elder law attorney, you may cost yourself literally 30,000 bucks in nursing home cost and maybe a lot more in taxes. Listen, I'm not knocking attorneys. I'm really not. We use them all the time. There's some great attorneys, some very competent attorneys, but there are also attorneys that hold themselves out as being expert in benefit planning, meaning Medicaid and VA, that really aren't. There's no requirement that they specialize in it. Some of them are board certified, and some of them are extremely competent. Some of them are extremely incompetent, and there's a whole bunch that are in between. So here's the problem. If you go shopping for the attorney, how do you know that they know? How do you know that they know for sure all the ins and outs of Medicaid planning and VA planning and other benefit type planning? You don't. In most cases, you don't, unless you know somebody that's been extremely happy and they refer you. You're just picking somebody that puts elder law or certified elder law behind their name, and you're calling them up and saying, hey, my mom or dad went to the nursing home, or they're headed there, or they're in the hospital or whatever. Can you help me? And only after they do the job can you figure out for sure if they know what they're doing. Here's the problem. They often take a long time to put everything in order. Attorneys are used to the system grinding slow, right? Everything moves slow in the system. So they tend to move slow and figure, hey, that's just the way it is. The problem is that it's costing you in Florida $8 or $9 or $10,000 a month for them to be slow, because you're having to shell out money for the nursing home each month that goes by that they don't have things in order and the application is not filed. So let's say it's 10 grand, roughly. That's a good number. Maybe it's 8, but you'll get the idea, right? So it's $25,000 to $30,000 if they don't get that application filed for 3 months. And you say, well, they ought to be able to just file the application. And I agree, except that you have to financially qualify. And we'll talk about that in another video. But they have to arrange everything and get you qualified, or get things arranged so you will qualify. Otherwise, the application doesn't do anybody any good. So the problem is while they're messing around getting everything in order, you're burning through cash. Well, if you come to somebody like us, we know the attorneys that know. We know the attorneys that get all the nuances. We know the attorneys that will work with you and work with us and move fast and get everything done. And if you hire them by the 15th of the month and hire us, we'll get it done, completed, the application filed correctly by the end of that month. And in Florida, here's what's interesting, not true in every state. In Florida, if you're eligible for 1 day out of the month, or your parent is for Medicaid, you're eligible for the entire month. So if we get everything in order and apply by the last day of the month, they'll get approved all the way back to the first of the month in which you apply. That's huge. So just the cost of the nursing home alone, if an attorney, say, takes 3 months to get the job done, maybe $25,000, $30,000. Here's another problem. A lot of the attorneys that don't really know what they're doing, or are just lazy. And that happens, and please understand, I'm not criticizing all attorneys. I'm just saying you don't know which one you're getting, right? So if they take the easy way out, or they don't know a lot, they do what's called a personal services contract. And that personal services contract is a taxable event to the person who receives the money. It's a way to protect money. It's a way to qualify for Medicaid, no doubt about it. And sometimes it's a sensible thing to do, but most times there's a better alternative. So let me give you a quick example. Let's say your mom and dad have worked hard to save $100,000, and you're going to take that $100,000 and protect it, and you go to an attorney who doesn't do this all the time, and they do it through a personal services contract. You're going to pay about 40% of that $100,000 to the IRS, because you've got regular income tax, let's say 25%, and you got both sides of the payroll tax, 7.65 from the employer, which is you because you're self-employed if you're receiving the money, and 7.65 for you as the individual because you're providing the service and receiving the money. So 40% automatically goes away. Let's say the attorney charges you $5,000. You're going to walk away with $55,000 or evade taxes. And a lot of attorneys will tell you to do that. Hey, don't report it. Nobody will know. That's a bad way to do things. So if you need help finding somebody competent to do this for you, give me a ring. Happy to help. Talk to you about it as long as you need. Thanks.